All right, so folks, if you're just joining us, recently MoNique, yes, that MoNique, the comedian, if you still want to consider her a comedian, not too long ago, she met with Netflix in order to, you know, come to a conclusion, come to an understanding as far as what her financial agreement would be for her next upcoming comedy special that she wants to do, I guess, that she wanted to air on Netflix. And Netflix gave her an offer of $500,000, $500,000, which apparently she did not like. She got offended by that, so she did not take it, which is her business. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Um, but since then, she's basically turned. She's basically been. She's been doing a bunch of different interviews, on a lot of different radio shows with a lot of different media platforms. This is basically her boycott Netflix tour that she's running all around the United States of America. Okay, I first saw the video a while ago, not too long ago, basically her talking about she wanted everybody to stand by her side and boycott Netflix. Well, number one, you have my support, Miss MoNique, because I do not have a Netflix account. I don't even watch TV, okay? So I need for you to pay attention on that one, all right? So you have my support on that. But at the same time, okay, at least they made you an offer. Now, like I said, she's been going on different radio shows doing these interviews. I haven't really checked the interviews because I figure she's basically probably just running the same play each and every single time, each and every one of her appearances. She's probably saying the exact same things, okay? She even went on Sway in the morning. Big ups to Sway. I rocks with Sway. He's dope. She's probably saying the same things every one of the interviews, okay? She's claiming that that offer is based on, that Netflix gave her, was based on racial and gender bias, which I am not riding with her on. To me, that's kind of a stretch. That's kind of a ridiculous reach. It's like, come on, nah. I can't buy into that. I can't buy into that. I'm not saying it's fictional. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I can't buy into that just yet, okay? I really can't. So anyway, I'm looking at it like, okay, eventually MoNique has got to come on The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club, that's the one radio show these days I probably listen to the most. I peep out the most. I subscribe to The Breakfast Club on YouTube. They're dope. I enjoy the show. I enjoy their interviews. For the most part, I really do enjoy their interviews. And then once I found out she is going to be on The Breakfast Club, I'm like, okay, cool. All right, excellent, excellent. Now, it's not that I don't like this interview. It's just that the bad part about this interview is basically MoNique. Real talk. It's MoNique. It's like, yo. Okay, of course she has an agenda. Of course she has an agenda. She has a personal and professional agenda. But you could tell, like, her ego is clearly severely bruised. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, she's got something to prove. I don't think she's figured out exactly how to prove it yet. This whole boycott Netflix national tour that she's doing, that's not the way that you get it done, boo. That's not the way that this works, okay? You got to do better than that, So she went on to The Breakfast Club with a personal agenda. And here's the kicker. She had a lot of negative energy with her, and that was primarily focused on Charlemagne. Not Angela Yee, not DJ Envy, Charlemagne the God, okay? Big ups to Charlemagne. I think he conducted that interview very professionally. And if you watch The Breakfast Club, you already know. When it's joke time, it's joke time. And we already know that Charlemagne knows how to go in on people. We already know that. When it's joke time, it's joke time. And he does that, and he's a very funny dude. And when he's not joking so much, I think he's a pretty darn good interviewer, which is what he did with her. He wasn't cracking jokes because obviously MoNique's not cracking jokes either. Are you sure she's still a comedian? So, I'm listening. I'm listening to this interview. Like her energy the whole time. A lot. First of all, her first issue was, because the interview was like 45 minutes long or something like that. Her first issue was the fact that she wanted Charlemagne, or Leonard, which Charlemagne confirmed that is his real first name, which she just continued to call him Leonard throughout the whole daggone interview like she really had something to prove. Again, I don't think that was it, but, she was going for it. She wanted Charlemagne to explain to her why he gave her Donkey of the Day. You know, he did that maybe 2 weeks prior to the interview or something like that. I'm not sure. Now, and I peeped it when he did give her Donkey of the Day. And the thing about it is, you know, I didn't necessarily disagree with him. When he gives Donkey of the Day, from my personal experience and observations, when he gives somebody Donkey of the Day, it's based off truth. And, of course, he has a sense of humor about it. Because we always need a sense of humor about stuff. Life is laughter. Laughter is healthy, okay? That's what keeps us living, right? If you're not laughing, you're not living, baby. Big ups to Carlos Mencia. So, I mean, but seriously, you know, he explained it when he gave her Donkey of the Day on that day. And then, during the interview, he explained it again. Okay? She was huffing and puffing about being called Donkey of the Day like the first 20 minutes of the daggone interview. I remember she said Donkey of the Day. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, wow, it's past the 20-minute mark, homie. Come on. Really? That's a segment of the show. That's a part of the show if you tune into the Breakfast Club, okay? She wants to turn it into something that, oh, well, Charlemagne or Leonard, he doesn't, you know, by calling me Donkey of the Day, you don't respect or appreciate black women and what they mean in the community. Are you serious, lady? Come on, B. Are you serious? I don't think that was his initial intention by giving you Donkey of the Day, because that is not what he said when he explained why he gave you Donkey of the Day, Miss MoNique. You got to get off that crap. You got to get off that crap. It's not good for your health. So then they get through that. And throughout the whole show, I mean, to me, MoNique was, I mean, you know, all that my loves and baby talk. It's like, you know what? You need to keep that to yourself. You need to leave that at home, you know. I'm not buying into that. I didn't come here for that, okay? You need to get off that, you know. That listening to her throughout that entire interview for me was, she's what I would call genuinely disgenuine. Real talk. I mean, she just, you know, he was asking her Charlemagne was asking her direct questions. When he asked her direct questions, when Charlemagne asked MoNique direct questions, she would go off on a tangent. Come on, yo. Answer the question. You know, that's one thing about me. It's like, it's pretty irritating when you ask somebody a yes or no question and they elaborate. It's a yes or no question. It's a very direct question. Maybe it wasn't yes or no, but it's a very direct question that deserves a very direct answer. You're going off on tangents. That's your response. Come on. And then her husband's on the phone, who also just happens to be her manager. What's his name? Sidney? Interesting. Because he was on the phone. He wasn't there in person, but some of his answers, some of his input, it was a little more informative than the stuff that MoNique was talking about. I'm not going to get into the whole MoNique calling her husband daddy thing. I don't care about that. I mean, he was saying some stuff too, but the point, the conclusion is that neither one of them were really answering the direct question. Neither one of them. MoNique basically jumped out there. She's like, okay, she wasn't happy with the offer that Netflix provided her with, which was $500,000, half of $1 million. Every media outlet I've heard her go on and talk about this, and everyone that interviewed her and talked to her about this, they all agree. Yeah, that's a little low. That's a little low. But then Charlemagne brought up the point, was like, okay, didn't you just compare yourself to Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock and Amy Schumer? Because they got pretty good they got higher offers financially than you received, you know, and people consider Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock to be comedy legends. Amy Schumer, not so much, but she does say some stuff on occasion that has made me laugh. And, you know, Charlemagne was talking about that. He's like, so why do you feel like you deserve what they earned? And she's like, okay, MoNique's like, okay, well, they're comedic legends. You know, I'm a comedic legend, you know, so why shouldn't I receive what they received, what they were given? Because would I consider MoNique a legend? Me personally, nah, we not there yet. Cut it out. Nah, we not there yet. We are not there yet. No. No, there's other people. As far as you want to be voted into the comedic legend Hall of Fame, there's a lot of other comedians that are alive, that are active, that I will put there before you if they're not already there themselves. Okay, he or she. Okay, not saying MoNique's corny. I like her stand-ups. I've seen her stand-ups in the past. She is funny, but come on. And then you go compare yourself to Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. Come on. I think you're reaching. That's some Stretch Armstrong activity right there. Cut that out. Cut that out. You know what I'm saying? But she never really directly answered the question. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she said something like, oh, well, she's not being provided the opportunities, in order for people to see what she has to offer. And then she kept bringing up her favorite word. Look at my resume. Look at my resume. You know what? I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that. Real talk. I don't even know how to respond to that. Okay, you might have a good resume. Her resume is good. It's good. I mean, but you are a comedian, right? You a stand-up comedian. I mean, it's good, but we're talking about comedy here. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about summertime mega movie blockbusters over here. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about comedy. We're talking about comedy. Okay, you won an Oscar award as a supporting actor in Precious. So what? There was nothing comedic about that role, lady. Come on. So, you know what I'm saying? Some of the things that she was saying during her Breakfast Club interview, she was losing me. It's like, why? And she had nothing but negative energy with her. And she kept, doing her best to try to punk out Charlemagne. I'm like, why should I want to ride with you on this? You're not very likable right now. You're not very likable right now. Okay? Your husband, I don't dislike him, but come on. You're not doing very well. You know what I'm saying? Putting your point across. You know what I'm saying? Stating your case. It's really not working for me. Like I said, the bad part about that interview, MoNique's interview on The Breakfast Club, really was MoNique. She seemed very petty. You know what I'm saying? And she seemed like she was trying to prove a point. I don't think that was the point that she really needs to be trying to prove, but she was trying to prove a point. She kept calling Charlemagne Leonard, okay, which I don't really have a problem with, but, people are people online. People are petty, just like MoNique was being. People are petty, so they're going to make fun of it. They're going to talk crap. They're going to type crap because you're not talking nothing to nobody in person. You're not saying nothing to nobody's face in person. That's how a lot of these people operate. That's why, you got a lot of social media gangsters out here, wannabe gangsters, wannabe hardcore. You ain't nothing. You got a computer, you got a cell phone. Get out of here. You got an internet connection. Get out of here. Get out of here with that crap, okay? The worst part about the interview to me was MoNique, and it was her interview, which is crazy. Yo, I don't know what you think about this. If you have anything to say, if you have anything that you want to contribute or add, hey, you can put it in the description box. That's cool. Real talk, this whole MoNique thing is just crazy to me. It's wild. It's like, yo, MoNique, everybody is not going to agree with you about what you're saying. Serious talk. The whole gender bias, racial bias thing, no. You said that about Netflix's offer. You said that about Charlemagne giving you Donkey of the Day on The Breakfast Club, when Charlemagne himself has been Donkey of the Day. DJ Envy has been Donkey of the Day before. It's a segment. It's a comedic segment. And there is some truth in there also. But it's a comedic segment. And you want to turn it into some disrespect? That's what I'm saying. I think she needs to relax. I think she needs to get back to what she does, what made her popular and famous in public, relevant in the public, relevant underneath the public eye to begin with. Comedy. MoNique, you're funny. You are funny. Do comedy. Do a show. I think her career might need a second win. You know what I'm saying? And I think that probably starts with her. You know what I'm saying? I hope she cuts this whole boycott Netflix approach that she got going on right now. That's not helping. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? People are not boycotting Netflix off the strength of what you crackling about right now, lady. You need to chill out with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much all I got to say, because, yo, to me, that was just bonkers. It's like, yo, for real. To me, that was just bonkers. I don't know what y'all think about it. You can let me know what you think about it, but I mean, real talk, she was being powerfully petty towards Charlemagne. And it's not like he was wrong. It's not like he disrespected her during the interview, because he did not. She needs to lighten up, and she needs to figure out what she's going to do about herself, her career, and her money, and then stop counting everybody else's. Real talk. That's all I really got to say about that, because she's kind of whack right now.